can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like 100 grand.
You are listening to Inspired Insider with your host, Dr. Jeremy Wise.
Dr. Jeremy Wise here. I am the founder and host of InspiredInsider.com, where I talk with inspirational entrepreneurs and leaders. Today is no different. And this is a special episode. I am actually interviewing founders and CEOs live at the Sweets and Snacks Show. And so check it out. We have some amazing companies featured. Check this episode out. And before I get to that, this episode is brought to you by Rise 25. At Rise 25, we help businesses give to and connect to their dream 100 relationships. How do we do that? We help you run your podcast. We are an easy button for an organization or business to launch and run your podcast. I've been podcasting for over a decade now. You know, for me, the number one thing in my life is relationships. I'm always looking at ways to give to my best relationships. And I found no better way to do that than to profile the people and the companies I most admire, feature them on my podcast, and shout from the rooftops what they're working on and what they're doing. So if you've thought about starting a podcast, you should. If you have questions, you can go to rise25.com or email us support@rise25.com to learn more. Now, check out today's episode. Live from the Sweet and Snack Show. Jeremy Wise here. We're live at the Sweets and Snack Show. I'm here with the CEO of one of my favorite bars of all time, Zing, with Grace. Grace, talk about the company and some of the products.
Yeah, thank you. Basically, we are a non-GMO, gluten-free, plant-based, soy-free, dairy-free, vegan lineup of nutrition bars. And we relaunched last year, so all new branding and our website, which really brings out the fun-loving recipes that we as a team love.
This is my favorite, okay? Dark chocolate peanut butter. And, you know, you mentioned all the healthy benefits, and that's why I'm surprised of how good it tastes. You know, because sometimes when we think of healthy, we lose some of the taste. So how do you get it to taste so good?
Yeah, that's actually a great point. We do taste great, which is one of our key differentiators, I feel. We were the first nutrition bar that was created and founded by professional nutritionists, and taste has always been a huge focus for us. So balanced macros, clean ingredients, and we just eat a lot of nutrition bars, and we really feel like the nutrition facts aren't necessarily indicative of something that's better for you most often than not. So taste is a huge focus, and we've just worked on these recipes for many years.
What are some of the favorite flavors among customers?
Favorite flavors, so top flavors are coconut, dark chocolate mint. Our cherry bar that just won an award is starting to gain a lot of traction, which is great. And then our minis, which will be in these stand-up pouches here.
So this is stand-up pouches?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. So it's a great way to just have a small snack, especially for kids, lunch boxes, that type of thing.
Talk about rebranding. I mean, rebranding is a big thing to tackle. What was the thought behind, okay, we need to rebrand in the first place, and how did you get it started?
Yeah, wow. Well, that's a loaded question. There is a lot of work behind a rebrand. Mainly, we wanted to infuse, so the recipes, like I said, it's a very fun-loving brand, and the recipes are so delicious that we wanted something that would also reflect, so packaging that would reflect that creativeness behind the recipes. Because, for example, our tart Montmorency cherries, they just burst in your mouth, and I wanted a package that really connoted that feeling. But it just takes a lot of work. You got to work through it and just, line it all up, check it all off, and move to the next thing. So
I'm curious, when you're in a room, how do you do the brainstorming? Where do you start, right? I mean, are you in front of a whiteboard? Like, take me to one of a scene where where are you located? What's the team doing?
Yeah, so you have to really put yourselves in the foot of your consumer. And so who's your target, who are you really trying to speak to audience-wise, and then you have to create mood boards around that and really ideate both what, we are a lifestyle brand because nutrition is something that is a choice that people make day in and day out about what they put in their bodies. And so many people are being so much more judicious with their calories these days that it's tough, and it's a sophisticated consumer. So you really have to speak to that consumer and show what's inside by the packaging outside. So it's a creative process, right?
How did you get in the food industry?
I grew up in chocolate confections. I did a little bit of dabbling in sugar confections as well. My whole career I've been in either one of those. So chocolate-covered nutrition bars was a very natural next step for me.
We were talking before you hit record about insourcing, and talk about what you've been doing as a company with that.
Yeah, we are very proud to say that now we manufacture our own bars. So we completely control our supply chain, which is huge in a post-pandemic world, where we can really dial in on all of the quality that makes us great and sets us apart from our competition. But now we can take pride in the fact that we are doing that ourselves.
What was some of the challenges during the pandemic?
Oh gosh, well, I think it was the same as all the other small companies. I mean, supply chain issues, out of stocks. We had certainly a whipsaw effect with retailers, not ordering enough, and then we produced more, and then being overstock in some areas. So
I'm stressed out hearing about it.
yeah, it was really intense, but nothing that no one else was not also going through. So at least that evened out the marketplace where, distributors were really trying to find people that could supply themselves. So and so we are a scalable operation now where we don't have an issue with that.
Talk about the founder's background. You're saying this is made by nutritionists.
Yes, so the founders of the company, so David, Min, Kathleen, and Sandy, all nutritionists that were going to school together, and they didn't have a nutrition bar that they could recommend to their clients. So they decided to create their own bar, which is a really great story. And the fact that we're still around today, I believe we were on shelf in 2009, and we're still around today. So it's just a mark of a good company that has great recipes, and the founder is still very much involved with the company. He's our Chief Innovation Officer, so he's working on a lot of things in the background.
Where can people find it? Where can they get it?
Zing can be found. We're nationwide now. We have distribution at Rite Aid, Walgreens. We're in Whole Foods, other specialty markets around the area. Best way to find us, depending on where you're located in the States, is to look at our store locator on our website, zingbars.com.
Everyone check it out. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite plant-based bar. Thanks, everyone.
What I got, you can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sailing right now. I'm feeling like 100 grand.